You ever driven a highway so empty, it felt like you were the only soul left on Earth? That's where Ethan found himself 3:14 a.m., somewhere along Interstate 47 through Nevada. No signal. No traffic. Just the hum of tires on blacktop and a creeping sense of wrongness hanging in the air. Then the call came. His phone lit up. No number. Just unknown caller. He hesitated, then answered. A dry, rasping voice whispered through the static. Take the next left. There's a house waiting. A place to rest. House number 0. He stared at the screen. Was it a prank? Some glitch? Just a cracked wooden post with a tiny arrow carved into it. But sure enough, a mile later there it was. A narrow dirt road veering off the highway, flanked by crooked trees. No signs. Branches arched over the path like skeletal arms. At the end stood a lonely house, 2 stories tall, dark wood exterior, warm lights glowing softly behind thick windows. It looked untouched by time. Left, the turnoff led into a clearing blanketed in mist. A plaque above the door read, "Too inviting." But Ethan was exhausted. His eyes burned, his head throbbed. Maybe it was fate. Or a trap. House No. 0, shelter for the weary. It felt too perfect. He knocked. The door creaked open by itself. Warm air rushed out, scented faintly of cedar and tea. Inside, the house was spotless. Polished wood floors, soft chairs. Fire crackling in the hearth. No one around. On a small table sat a cup of tea still steaming. The wall clock ticked calmly. 11:04 p.m. Hello? Ethan called. No answer. Something in him screamed to leave, but he was so tired. Just an hour, he thought. Just a nap. He sat, sipped the tea, and closed his eyes. When he woke, the fire had gone out. The room was dim, cold. The tea was ice cold. And the clock was ticking backward. 10:59. 10:58. He stood up fast, heart pounding. Looked outside. Clothes old, like from another time-faded denim. Stained aprons, threadbare coats. No road, no highway, just white fog swallowing the world. The house was silent now, still. Ethan wandered down a hallway and into a dining room. There, at the long wooden table, sat 3 people. Unmoving, pale, lifeless, their heads bowed, hands resting on plates of untouched food. Then one lifted her head. A woman, gray-skinned, with hollow eyes. "You're the new one," she whispered. In perfect silence, they shuffled away, vanishing into a corridor Ethan swore hadn't been there before. He took a step back. Another voicemail, gravelly, spoke without looking up. "Don't go near the black door." A third added, "And don't look out the window when the clock strikes 12. Suddenly, the antique wall clock behind them began to chime. Ding, 11:59. All 3 stood up at once. Their chairs scraped slowly against the floor. Panic gripped his chest. He ran into the nearest bedroom and slammed the door shut, locking it behind him. He sat in the corner, holding his breath, ears straining. Then, 3 slow knocks, right at the door. Followed by a whisper, right up against the wood. "You're awake, aren't you?" Ethan didn't move. Cold sweat dripped down his spine. The hallway creaked. Something heavy slid across the floor. Then, a new sound. A door opening. But it wasn't the bedroom door. No, it came from farther down. But the light, it was all wrong. Like the world was stuck between day and night. Ethan cracked open his door and peeked. At the end of the hallway now stood a tall, narrow black door, where no door had been before. From underneath it, black mist slithered out like smoke in reverse. It curled up the walls and around the floor like it was looking for something. From behind the door came the sound of voices, many voices, whispering in perfect sync, one in, one out, one in, one out. He shut the door and didn't sleep that night. When he finally stepped out again, the fog outside the windows was still there. He found his way back to the dining room. The three people were there again, sitting, calm. This time they looked directly at him. "Welcome to the loop," the woman said. "There's a house waiting, a place to rest." He was the one making the call now. House number 0. "This house feeds on time, on memory, on exhaustion. You're stuck now," said the man. "Like we are," Ethan's voice cracked. "There has to be a way out." "There is," the woman said, sliding an old rotary phone across the table toward him. "But only if someone takes your place." His hands shook. "Dial 0, she said. He did. The line clicked. Static filled the speaker. Then he heard it, confused, tired. Just like Ethan had been. His own voice. "Take the next left." He dropped the phone, stumbling backward. His heart raced. He stared at the guests, who now smiled with dead eyes. "You've joined the house," they said in unison. "Now you help it grow." That night, headlights appeared in the fog outside. Another driver. Another lost soul. Ethan stood at the front door, not even knowing how he'd gotten there. The guest stood beside him. The truck pulled into the clearing. The door opened. A man in his 40s stepped out, rubbing his neck. "Come in," Ethan heard himself say. "You look exhausted." He handed the man a warm cup of tea, showed him to the chair. Watched him drift off. The clock ticked. The guest sat back down. The loop was whole again. And Ethan smiled. Because he wasn't the new one anymore. He was free, kind of. So if you're ever driving at night, and your phone loses signal, and a strange road appears where there shouldn't be one, don't take it. Don't answer the call. And whatever you do, don't stop at a house with no number. Because once you step inside, the only way out is to invite someone else in. And then the loop begins again.